Hey everybody, I'm Ronnie from A Teacher's Wonderland and you are watching A Teacher's Wonderland YouTube channel. Make sure you press subscribe so you can get all the videos. Make sure you press the like button and the notification so you are notified every single time that we... Today we are tackling daily check-ins. Hopefully I added a drum roll. Didn't, because I usually... No. Anyways, we're talking about daily check-ins, and if you follow me on social media or if you've been on my blog at teacherswonderland.com, you have seen the awesomeness of daily check-ins. They have instantly become some of my favorites that I've used in my classroom. In fact, they've become bestsellers in the classroom, and it's in over 1,000 classes as we speak right now. And I'm recording this in December of 2022. So think about that. 1,000 classrooms have digital check-ins or a daily check-in, some sort of mine. That's not even including what I'm about to teach you, which is going to teach you how to create this in your very own classroom. And guess what? You can do this in 5 questions. I complete my entire week. I can get it done in probably about 10 minutes and get them posted into my Google Classroom like that. I will warn you right now that there is a digital version and a paper version that you can create. The digital version that I have does use Google Forms. If you use Microsoft Teams, I didn't have access to that because I don't have Teams. So I don't have Teams, so unfortunately, I can help you with. But that doesn't mean there's not other answers online. I'm sure there are, but for right now, I don't have those answers. Ugh, my hair looks crazy today. My hair's never down because it's just in my face. Okay. Here we go. You ready? So the baby's in here right now and she just looked at me like, what? So here's actually, oh, it's very small. It's gonna be a little blurry. Sorry, everybody. This is what a check-in looks like, just coming right in full form. Because, and so I just kind of, oh, God. So this is using the digital version, and it's using Google Forms as well. Now, each of the days has some type of cute little header like this. Here's your Monday one and here's your Tuesday one. When I made these, I used regular, not the standard, but I went to PowerPoint and created them. I made it like smaller. As you can see, like I only used like half because when you put it into Google Forms, it cuts off the bottom, which is why there's nothing on the bottom. To create, just keep that in mind. I just use cute little check-ins. I'm sure, I could change them month out of month, but I just didn't. Now, one of my favorite things that I like to do is before I will always ask, what is your name? Because how are you going to know who you're talking about or talking to? And then I ask the big question of, hey, how are you feeling today? The question of how are you feeling today sounds like it could be something not as crazy and not as wild, but it's actually an important question, and it's one of my favorite questions to ask my kids because it shows me what they're feeling like when they walk into my classroom. This is part of their morning work, so when they walk in, I can see, hey, they're feeling good or they're not. Now, I do give them 4 options, and in those 4 options, I actually will give them little mini criterias inside of there just to kind of help them. And one of them could be the stop version, and I'm saying, okay, if we're in stop, that means that you are angry, you want to yell, or you already yelled this morning. You're feeling super aggressive inside of your chest, and you got the ugly fuzzies right now, or you're really, really mad. And then I tell them, if that's the case, that's totally fine. Do you want to talk about it? And do you want to talk about it with me, or do you want to talk about it with the guidance counselor? What would you like? Maybe you want to write me a note. Maybe you want to tell me what happened below. That's fine too. So I will, especially when they're in that stop motion, I will definitely check that. When I am using Google Forms, forms, I will actually go and export. There's like a little like sign like this. Wait, where's the camera? There we go. Sign like this. And it's green and white, and it's like the Excel version of Google. Numbers, maybe, sheets, maybe. I don't know. There's too many of them. And then I will actually go and look at their responses. So if anybody comes up with stop, I can see it and be like, hey, what's going on? And that kind of gives me some insight as well. The next one I'll do is slow down. A lot of times this comes off as nervous. They're on their way to angry, but they want to slow down, or they are like pumping the brakes themselves and being like, whoa, hold on, something's wrong. Sometimes they might feel surprised. Sometimes they might feel really confused, or they might just feel silly, but they don't know why they feel silly, and not necessarily in a very positive way. So I will use this one, and I will see my kids, especially the first 2-3 weeks, we're definitely going to have quite a bit of yellow. Once those fight or flight and their amygdala calms down, we definitely see that disappear and not as bad. But if there's a change of schedule, sometimes you will notice that you might have a little bit more yellows. Go. I love Go. I don't know why he's sad, but I think it was like the only green guy that was there. A lot of times when you're a Go, that means that you are ready to learn. You're excited, you're happy, you're calm, you're proud of your work. I always saw these when I changed the bulletin board outside of the classroom, and it had their work, and they would come in and I'd be like, well, what are you proud about? And like, my work was out there. Cutest. Amazing. And then we have our blue guy. Our blue guy comes back and tells us that they're sad. They're upset. They could be hurt inside, and they got those sad blue fuzzies, or it could be that they are hurt physically as well. Like I've had kids that walk to school and they'll fall and they like scuff their knee, and they had to go to the nurse before they even came to me, and so they'll mark that as hurt, and that's okay. Sometimes when they're tired as well, they're not ready to learn. So what I'll tell them is like, oh, hey, I saw that you marked you were tired. What happened? And I can ask the kids what happened. And then I might do some yoga with the kids just to kind of get their blood flowing, get some fresh air into them as well. But again, this is a great way for you just to get a really good way, or a really good sight to see how they're feeling first thing in the morning. The next thing that I'll do is I will ask them a social and emotional question. And these questions don't have to be really intense. At the beginning of the year, I like to just do get to know you questions. The first 5 to 10 days will be, hey, do you like school? What do you like about school? What don't you like about school? What do you like about math or not? Reading, writing, science, social studies, fine arts. What's your favorite fine arts? Specials, right? Same thing. I love to ask the kids those questions, because then I get to know them at a different level. Because I'm having them fit in this version here, I will make them use complete sentences, and they're practicing their typing. And then I'll say, hey, this is day 4. Why don't I see a period at the end of that sentence? Hey, this is day 10. Why isn't there a capital letter at the beginning? And now your kids are practicing typing. I don't know about your state, but at least here in Florida, this year, I was gonna say next state test, which is this school year, they actually have to type some of their responses. My son, who's a 2nd grader, cannot type. Like, he is like, I hate it. Don't worry, we're gonna be practicing, especially before school year next year. Another version that I'm gonna kind of pop up for you to show you, I like to take these moments and make them more about that social and emotional learning. And so you can see right here, I have it as relationship skills. And this will fall under, if you use Castle and you use the circle in Castle, this will actually fall underneath that. And it'll be the relationship skills. And I can say, hey, what's the nicest thing you've done for a friend? And then they recognize that they've done something nice for their friend while also building the relationship. Self-awareness, this will fall under that, and it says, what do you do when people don't seem to like you? And that's giving your students the ability to recognize that not everybody's going to like them. I had a friend that used to tell me that she would say, you're not a gold coin. not everybody's going to like you. And that's a great thing to remind your students that it's okay if people don't like you, but they might just not know you yet. Yeah. Relationship building and you work on those SEL skills, right? I mean, it's there, it's built in for you. And then the responsible decision making. Another question could be, why is honesty important? Now, these fall all under there. You can always go and look for question stems based off of Castle's 5 components for SEL and kind of work through there. 3 questions that I love to put on my students is, what did you do well today? Because why not, right? I mean, this is a great, wait, where'd it go? There we go. Woo, now you can see me. That's okay, I can cover my face. What did you do well yesterday? This is a great way for students to recognize that they did something. We want them to see that they're doing something good. We don't want them to feel sad and depressed that maybe they think something. Another do is, what can you improve on today? So I love to tell my kids, each week, yes, we're going to have a goal. So goal today would be something that we didn't do well on yesterday, or maybe even last week. I had one kid who was so stinking cute. She said to me that she was really upset about the fact that she wanted to color in the lines. Okay, so she was first grade, and her goal was that I want to color in the lines because it's hard to do. And she would tell me, I don't have those fine motor skills. Oh my gosh, I know, she's delicious. I love her. So she would tell me, I can't do this. And so every day she would say, I will have one less coloring out of the lines. And the first day we had it, I think it was like she colored out. So then I will color out of the lines 34 times today. The next day after that will be 33, and so forth and so forth. Something crazy? No. But it's allowing your students to kind of think of something that they want to work on. And you don't have to do this, but this is, for me, this was actually one of my favorites because I love being able to see what my students wanted to tell me or what they didn't want to tell me. Sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, I went to so-and-so and I found a piece of gold. I went to St. Augustine and we explored a fort. I went and played putt-putt and I got it was so cool. So it's a great way to kind of communicate with your students without them interrupting and spending an hour long telling you what they did over the weekend or any of their things that they're proud of. Sometimes I will have a student say, questions for me. They'll say, hey, I really didn't understand the math lesson yesterday. Do you think teach me during recess today? I mean, look at that, guys. They're taking ownership of their learning. Imagine that. They said to me, okay, I want to skip recess for like 5 minutes. Can you teach me this? Amazing. Amazing. Anyways, I hope these 5 questions helped you. I didn't include name as one of those questions, so I guess 6 questions, but it's not really a challenge for them. You can always do this, and you can create these yourself, or you can use ones that I've created. I made this video so that you could create these for yourself. You can do these on paper or digital, and you can always download them from my store. Have a great day, guys.